doesn't seem like it was that long ago that Gonzaga was considered a Cinderella and all that. They haven't been that in a long time. Kennesaw, the Owls traveled almost exactly the same amount of miles as I did to get here. And it was a short trip for the Zags from Spokane. And we're underway.
Well, that's direct. You did not travel
I didn't
directly.
direct, yeah. I took the circuitous route through several different cities and airlines. Here we go. The Owls, the winners, Conference USA, with a win over La Tech, 71-60 to get here. They come in with 21 wins, 13 losses, went 10-10 in the conference, and much like their football counterparts, won their conference championship. So that's what the Owls have done this year with their sports program. It's been really good. Here's a guy said they have to be big. R.J. Johnson missed the opener. Graham E.K. on the dribble, going right in the paint and losing the handle. And then the Owls stepped on the baseline, so it's still Bulldogs ball.
This Kennesaw State team, they get after it on the boards. And the leaders in the nation with second chance points. They are very active. They can interchange and switch a lot on defense because everyone can pretty much guard all 5 positions.
Miller drops it off. EK on the baseline. He'll work from that low block up and in off the glass with the left hand.
He is so good when he catches the ball on his spots. I think Kennesaw is going to have to bring a double team, or Graham Ike is going to get loose and get going in the post.
Trey Simpson on the dribble for the Owls. Looked like Amir Taylor had an open shot, didn't take it. And whistle and a foul. Lou gave it up. 2 turnovers for Kennesaw State early. R.J. Johnson. And everybody having a little trouble handling the basketball right now. Another Owls turnover. It's a round 1, but you've been putting in the work for your team all season long. You should celebrate. Making it to the tournament with a nice cold Coca-Cola. St. Superior. EK, they're working around the perimeter. Adam Miller, pull-up jumper in and out, way up. For the rebound is Sherman. Johnson going inside and draws a foul. And he'll go to the free throw line.
Look at those shoulders. He can create some space when he is getting to the basket. And that's exactly what he does. He's their guy. And he can seal, and he gets his shoulders parallel with you. There's no way you're going to be able to get up there to block the shot or extract the shot because he gets so much width between himself and his defender.
RJ, sophomore out of Huntsville, Alabama. That's where the hookup was with Antoine Petway, longtime Alabama assistant, great recruiter when he was assistant coach at Alabama. Said he was working on this kid a long time ago and needed him at Kennesaw State, got him, and RJ ties things at 2.
And the Zags have won 16 straight round of 64 games. So they have been dominant in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Let's see if Kennesaw can pull off the upset and break that streak.
We've had 2 upsets here today already. High Point and Texas, both winners today. EK underneath, had it blocked. I think it was Simpson that got it. Johnson has to give it up, almost threw it away, comes free to Taylor. Amir Taylor working against EK, and now Simpson. And he loses the handle, and Wally almost had one. Nice, it would have been a nice catch right over the top of your monitor.
I was ready. 12th in the nation in blocks is Kennesaw. They're going to protect the rim. I'm telling you, they have really long, active, athletic players. And normally, Graham Ike is used to finishing that, but Wade Lou said, not in my house.
Taylor in close, got it.
He's a talented big man. He can do a lot of stuff out there. And just watching the way this first couple minutes are going, Kennesaw is not going to back down from this Zags team. They're looking eye to eye at every position as far as positional size. The Zags are going to have to ball if they want to get it done tonight.
Worley gives it up on the outside. Innocente. Now rebound loose. And picked up by R.J. Johnson. Owls looking to run. Johnson trying to do it himself. And turns it over. Zags ball.
Coach Petway's not happy with this call. Looked like R.J. Johnson split some defense. That was pretty good. Jalen Worley is an elite defender. Coach Mark Few was singing his praises. He can guard anyone and lock down anyone. And he's going to have to bring that against this Kennesaw team because this is tough, strong squad.
Nice lead by St. Superi on the give to Ike, but he missed in close.
Yeah, notice Ike. It's not easy to finish amongst these Kennesaw State bigs. They're a swarming defensive team, a lot like High Point. They are not going to be intimidated by the Zags.
Johnson spins, gets it over to Brandon Lee. Brandon Lou back on top, 4 to shoot. Got to hurry. They get it at the last second, and it goes for Amir Taylor.
It's 2 strong takes. Amir Taylor, he's their skilled big. He has the ability to go inside and outside a little bit. Very talented player for Kennesaw.
Kennesaw State with the 4-point lead here early. St. Superi got a runner in and out, and loose ball out of bounds to Kennesaw State. Owls up 4 early in Portland. Kennesaw State in front early. A lot of teams talk about adversity during the course of the season. Jared, I don't think anybody can have more than these guys.
No question. There's not a team, I don't think, in the country that's overcome more trials and tribulations than Kennesaw State. By mid-January, they were without 4 of their expected top 8 rotational players. The biggest blow came when preseason player of the year, Simeon Cottle, was suspended, as he now remains suspended indefinitely as well after he was indicted in the federal point shaving case in January. He was one of 4 active college basketball players accused of intentionally underperforming for money. Prosecutors say he and 2 former Owls took bribes to manipulate a March 2024 game against Queens University. Now, despite all of that, they still persevered to win the conference tournament, and as Coach Petway told us yesterday, he's been preaching that the mission remains the mission.
They lost Adrian Woolley to transfer to Louisville. Davin Cosby got in a serious car accident, broke his neck. Luckily, he is with the team and at least walking, might not play basketball again. And then the stuff Jared just talked about. I mean, you go through a lot of things during the course of the season, but Antoine's got to be going. I hope it goes smoother the rest of my coaching career. Right now, a 4-point lead for the 14th seeded Owls of Kennesaw State. Both teams having trouble finding the basket right now. That 3-pointer won't go for St. Superi. 1 for 9 right now for Gonzaga. 3-pointer off the mark from Amir Taylor.
Looks like this is going to be a defensive battle. Gonzaga has struggled a little bit to shoot the ball, especially from the 3-point line.
There, they got one to go. Turnaround jumper by Ty and Grant Foster. Mark Few was saying this year we're a better defensive team. We're not as good offensively as we have been in some of those great years. They only give up 66 points a game. And if we get to 66 in this one, I'm going to be shocked. You can watch every men's game live on your computer, phone, tablet, or streaming device with NCAA March Madness Live. Download now to stay up to date on all the action. Mark 777 wins at Gonzaga coming into this one. 5 years ago, they lost in the national title game. Trey Simpson misses the free throw. Mark was telling us, you know, they expect a lot out of you when you get to the tournament every year, and if you don't finish as the #1 team, But he's seen it all. He's had great teams that were 31-all going into tournaments, that type of thing. This team not quite that good, but still 30-3 coming into this one.
Yeah, that's not easy to do.
No.
They had a hiccup against Portland, which is very unexpected. Obviously, they had a couple battles with St. Mary's who clipped them. But this Zags team has got DNA, winning in their DNA like some of the other teams in this region. So this is going to be a battle, though. I can see this Kennesaw State team is not backing down.
And Vicente thought about a three, got it down to EK instead, and he'll go for an old-fashioned three.
Great job of sealing the defender. And they really work on the entry pass to the big. You got to get the right angle. That's key. Mia Taylor got caught on the high side trying to kind of get that steal. And once Graham Ike gets you on his back, it's going to be tough in a one-on-one situation to hold him down.
Graham, a 79% free throw shooter, and he knocks that one down. So the old-fashioned three-point play gives him 5 and gives us our first tie at 7. Perry Smith in the lineup now for the Owls. Drive into traffic, and going to be a foul on Gonzaga.
Yeah, Caden Ricard is the backup point guard. He spells R.J. Johnson every once in a while, and he gets in the game and does a good job of attacking. This team is playing aggressive right now. Kennesaw is looking to attack the Zags off the dribble, break down the defense. More aggressive team is going to get the benefit of the doubt of the calls from the referee. And we know that guy, Mr. Petway. He's had some success in the NCAA tournament playing for Alabama. He's been doing Elite 8 and over 3 tournaments during his 4-year career at Alabama. So he has had experience and success in the NCAA tournament as a player. Let's see if he can translate that to his team as a coach.
I did a lot of his games at Alabama when he was a player and was assistant coach. Kennesaw State by 2. Tough turnaround jump shot short. Rebound off to Franquan Sherman. Ricard. 6 on the shot clock. Braden Liu inside. Comes clear all the way out. That three-pointer goes at the shot clock. First 3 of the ball game, and gives Kennesaw State a 5-point advantage. Chippe's 3 is off the mark, and the Owls with the rebound. Tough handle over on the sideline to keep it in bounds. Ricard on the drive, turns and fires. He's feeling it off the bench. Mark Few says, I've seen enough right now. Kennesaw State's doubled the Zags, up 14-7. Zendaya, Jacob Elordi, and Sydney Sweeney are back for season 3 of HBO's Euphoria. The Emmy award-winning series returns on April 12th with all new episodes Sundays at 9 on HBO Max. The early Euphoria has come from the bench of Kennesaw State in the person of Caden Ricard.
Yeah, you said it. He only averages 5.6 points on the game, and he has come in ready to go. That huge 3, only shoots 31% from 3 on the season. Some found money right there. This Kennesaw State team, they are ready to rock and roll. Quasi-home game for the Zags. They're going to need everything from their fans. They haven't had a chance to get their fans into the game yet.
Graham Ike is going to try a 3. That's short. And the rebound. Tracked down on the backcourt by Jaden Harris. Ricard stays in there, and why not? Franquan Sherman, and now the three-pointer is off the mark. That might have been partially touched. Jaden Harris taking the shot. And deflected with 10:46 to go first half. Antoine Petway's team up by 7. Get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. That little girl will be checking that out. Jared caught up with Mark Few during the timeout.
Coach Few, what's going to unlock your offense?
We need to start moving the ball better, make quicker decisions, get way more forceful in transition. We're kind of slow dribbling it up, and yeah, we're just kind of walking around in mud right now. So we got to get the thing moving, get our bodies moving.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck, guys.
Playing around in mud. That is what it's looked like so far through the first 9.5 minutes.
And a lot of that is the Kennesaw State defense. They are attacking, they are aggressive, they are on point.
Grant Foster on the drive is bumped by Franquan Sherman. Picks up the first foul, the captain of the Owls.
It's really difficult to play against a team that can switch everything, because pick and roll puts a defensive unit in such a bind, because you got to go around it, you got to figure stuff out. But if you can switch it, it kind of neutralizes the play.
St. Superior, the lob to EK underneath. And Graham's got 7 of the 9 for the Zags. Nice dish by St. Superior.
And that's an example. There, no switch on the pick and roll. The hedge did not make the defender go towards the sideline. As a result, the offensive player allowed to get downhill and throw it up to the rim.
R.J. Johnson back in there running the show at the point. Didn't get that one to go, but the rebound tracked down in the corner. Nice job by the Owls. Keep it alive with the offensive rebound and a good hustle over there on the baseline. Ricard off the bench has been really good and missed that one when he was wide open. Great hustle. The ball out to the Zags.
There's the AT&T connected cam. The pass up to Graham Ike, and St. Superi was able to get both defenders to commit to him with the downhill movement. Ike getting to the front of that rim. That's a good execution of the pick and roll.
And Superi just got a shot off trying to draw the foul and did. That'll get him to the free throw line.
Was he behind the three-point line? It looked like his feet were behind the three-point line. From there, it's tough to tell. Might have just caught the line.
This would be a better look.
Yeah,
if the
that
left toe
foot
was on the line. Yep.
Good eyes. Good eyes, yes. Officials all over that one. And it looks like they're trying to simplify the game. St. Superi, they're going to have him just run pick and roll with Graham Ike.
That's his first point of the ball game. Amir Taylor comes back in. Ricard goes out, as does Perry Smith for the Owls. St. Superior got both free throws. His first 2 points cuts the lead down to 3. Low scoring game here with 9.5 to go in the half. A little backcourt pressure from the Zags. Owls handle it well.
Just got it over. 21 on the clock.
EK trying to cut off Taylor. Taylor working hard. Finally got a shot up and up to the top of the backboard. And it'll be out of bounds to Gonzaga.
Really good defense. Graham Ike. A lot of dribbles for Amir Taylor, who's a talented scorer down low. But Ike did a good job holding his ground, not committing fouls. Now remember, a guy like Ike, a star player, he has to be careful with his fouls in the first half.
St. Superior's 3 rims out. He's their top 3-point shooter. Johnson driving all the way inside, turns, missed the shot, but it's cleaned up by Franquan Sherman.
Second chance points, 14.7 a game. They lead Conference USA. This team attacks the offensive glass.
Nice leave on the baseline. Not a lot of room to work there, but a foul is going to be on Amir Taylor. That'll be his second.
Yeah, the attacking R.J. Johnson looking to get to the basket whenever he can, and they treat shots like passes sometimes. Really good job by Franquan Sherman on the offensive glass. Very aggressive team when that ball goes up on the backboard is Kennesaw State.
Grant Foster knocks down the free throw. Started off at Kansas, then DePaul and Grand Canyon, so his fourth team here. Native of Kansas City, Kansas. Graham Ike is going to get a breather. And that'll bring in Diani. Ismaila Diani, another big guy off the bench for the Zags. Grant Foster knocks down both free throws. He's got 4. The lead at 3 for Kennesaw State. And they again try to trap the Owls at midcourt. Don't get it done. A swish off on R.J. Johnson out on top. 7 to shoot. Jaden Harris going to try to drive the lane. That one rejected underneath by the big fella. And Adam Miller slows it down for Gonzaga. 3-pointer to tie. Won't go. Rebound Simpson. Nice feed inside by Johnson. Block shot underneath. I don't know how he got that. Grant Foster got both hands on it. On the other end, the 3 rims out. And back comes Kennesaw State. Approaching the 7-minute mark. Again, a good dish inside by Johnson, but they can't connect. Second chance, no good. St. Superior on the rebound. Numbers here. And that one's blocked off the window by Johnson. And it's going to be Gonzaga basketball with 7:07 to play first half. Rejection time. Kennesaw State in front here as we take a look at our tournament summary. ECU upset North Carolina in overtime. Michigan got to 100 in their win. 4 seeded teams, 10 or worse, have won today. 2 of them here in Portland. High Point in Texas. And now we've got the 14th seed right now that's got the lead, and Jared talked to Antoine Petway.
Coach, Gonzaga withstood your first initial punch. What's going to be your message now to your team?
Yeah, we came here to play. They withstood their punch. We withstood their punch, too. So we here, it's going to be a game. We came to represent Kennesaw State, Conference USA. We came to be physical and play ball. They withstood our punch, but we withstood theirs, too.
All right, Coach, good luck. Thank you, guys.
Let's go. I love these guys. High Point's coach, very much the same as Antoine Petway. We didn't come here to lose just because we're the underdogs.
Yeah,
came here to win.
And he's had success in the NCAA tournament. You can see he's instilled no fear in his guys. They are getting after it. 4 for 20 is Gonzaga from the field. They cannot generate any good looks at the basket. Kennesaw State is dominating the boards too. 19-13.
Zags shooting 20% from the floor, but the follow by Ike is good, and he's been most of the offense. He's got 9. Lead down to 1. Kennesaw State only shooting 24% themselves from the floor. R.J. Johnson forced one off the window and got it to drop. That's his first field goal.
That's an example of those wide shoulders. When he gets you sealed on his right shoulder, you can't get over to contest that shot.
St. Superior from 15 knocks it down.
He's going to have to get going. He is a really smart player using that pick and roll. He's been very aggressive looking to find his shot. He's taken some quick ones and some bad ones. That was a nice little mid-range that can maybe get him in rhythm.
Here's an open 3, top of the key. Doesn't go for Braden Liu. And now the Zags can take the lead for only the 2nd time today if they score this trip. That is a tough turnaround jumper. Comes right back to Grant Foster. And now inside they go. And they have the lead back. Jalen Worley gives the Zags a 1-point advantage. Wide open. Bleacher Report is your one-stop destination for March Madness. Get every moment all tournament long with personalized updates and highlights from your favorite teams. Download the Bleacher Report app now. Good crowd on hand in Portland, and Graham Ike has been most of the offense for the Bulldogs of Gonzaga.
Yeah, he sure has, and he's dealing with 3 and 4 athletic bodies down low, but he just never stops. He can score in so many different ways, and he's got the complete game, and he's such a dominant interior presence. Really smart and cerebral also. It's an impressive young individual to talk to in practice yesterday.
What a shot by Johnson to give Kennesaw State the lead right back. And RJ's got 6. And Grant Foster gives Gonzaga a 1-point lead. Winner of this one plays Texas. The Longhorns upset BYU in our game earlier tonight, 79-71. The winner of this one and Texas gets together on Saturday. And going to be a foul on Jalen Worley. Just a little too tight on the defense.
Yeah, Jalen Worley is a really aggressive defender, trying to play those passing lanes. There is no, this is a physical ball game. Kennesaw State, they are not afraid of contact, and the Zags, the defensive mentality the Zags team is, they're going to need all of that against this Kennesaw State team. If you don't want contact, this is not the ball game for you.
I'm going to have a offensive foul. They call on Perry Smith.
Yeah, even screens, you're looking to get some contact, and that's a good call. And Saint-Exupéry does a good job of alerting the official when there's contact on a moving screen. You have to kind of sell it a little bit so the official notices it. If you just don't sell the contact, then the official isn't going to think there's contact, and as a result, you get the benefit of the doubt on the call.
Winning the Academy Awards were last Sunday night. He did a nice job as a supporting actor on that one.
Look at this. Just ferocious defense. Deflections all over the place. First to the ground, loose ball. Tried to get a timeout to Jalen Worley. But Kennesaw too quick to that tie-up. They get the benefit with the possession arrow.
Well, the Owls ball with 4:32 to go, first half. Trailing by 1.
These teams combining to shoot 1 for 14 from the 3-point line. So not a lot of fluidity on the offensive end in this one.
First one to 50 wins.
Yes, the effort is there. Both these teams are selling out as far as the effort and the physicality.
So Ricard and Johnson, basically 2 point guards, both in there for Kennesaw State. That's Johnson to the rack. And RJ, he's got 8.
He is strong when he attacks the basket. He is really tough to defend. You cannot let him get a step on you, because once he does, he seals you with that broad frame, and it's over.
Let's see if the Zags can get Ike a touch. He got a touch, but he's out on top of the 3-point line. Now they get it back into him, or try to, and it's stolen away. And the Owls get it right back. Ike lob. They tried to knock it right back to him. Grant Foster did. So it's back-to-back turnovers.
Finesse plays are not going to work against Kennesaw either. You got to make the smart play, the simple play, the meat and potatoes play, because if you get fancy, they're going to get their hands on the ball.
Ricard, 3-pointer, got it. His second of the half.
The 31% 3-point shooter, and he is coming out ready to roll here in the NCAA tournament. Made 2 huge shots off the bench.
Ike trying to find the handle. There's 4 Owls all over him, and one of them picks up a foul. Now, wait a minute, he picked up the foul, maybe.
Big time 3 here from the corner. Ricard is ready to roll. Whatever his coach needs, he's bringing it.
Game summary, neither team shooting well. 2 ties, 5 lead changes, but the story's been Caden Ricard off the bench right now, as he's got 10 points.
And this is a guy I want to play for. Look at this intensity. Look at this fire. It's almost like he's the sixth man, pumping his guys up. He loves the effort that his guys are bringing. This is a street fight.
Yeah.
I mean, Gonzaga's in one right now. They're getting nothing easy. This team plays with a lot of intensity on defense. They are ferocious on the glass. And they are quicker to all the loose balls right now. Kennesaw State has shown that they are representing CUSA in this first half.
Antoine was the same way as a player. He's the captain of that 2004 Alabama team that made the Elite Eights. And he used to play with fire, and he is coaching the exact same way. 2:45 till halftime. That shot blocked. The outlet to Fogel, trying to run the cord. No foul called inside on the Fogel's trip to the rack. And the tie-up this time is going to be Zag's ball. This is not for the faint of heart right here.
No, you better take that thing in strong. And a good job of not fouling either by Kennesaw. We've had about 5 scrums like this already in this game, where guys are selling out, diving on the floor, 3 bodies on the floor. Quickest guy to the floor is going to get that loose ball. This is a big-time effort game. You better play hard if you want to play in this one.
That's a stronger move to the hole by Worley. Worley's second field goal of the game makes it a 2-point game. 25-23, Owls of Kennesaw State. R.J. Johnson looking for a foul, now pulls it up and has to bring it to the corner. Ricard, his drive, lost the handle, but inside was Sherman. Foster trying to work the baseline, comes out to Worley. Now it's Superi, and we got 1:45 to go. Worley in traffic, got it to go.
You got to go strong, and Worley took that one up strong. Looked like there was a lot of contact on the body down low. Really impressive finish. That's 2 strong finishes in the paint by Worley.
Who's going to finish off this last 90 seconds of this half strong? That one short, off the window, outlet pass. 2-on-2 coming down the court, and the lay-in and one. Davis, Fogel, a chance for a 3-point play.
Really good pass. Superi reading the defense, and Fogel streaking to the basket. It's the first time we've kind of heard this Zags crowd get into it. They haven't had much to cheer for in this first half.
Davis, Fogel going to the free throw line. 72% free throw shooter. And gives the Zags a 1-point lead. Whistle and a foul coming up on AT&T at the half. Get all the scores and highlights. That's the latest NCAA tournament news. That's all coming up on AT&T at the half. We've had 2 upsets here in Portland already today. Kennesaw State trying to pull another one. They'll go to the free throw line for 1-1. Braden Liu hasn't scored so far. 6'9" sophomore out of Douglasville, Georgia. And it rims out on the free throw. Zags with the lead and the ball. And out of control, but drawing a foul is Innocente.
Yeah, everyone's banged up going to the basket. You're going to look like you got kneed in the thigh. Braden Liu is a really good shot blocker. 50 blocks on the year. He's going to protect that rim. Good job of Innocente getting some body contact down low, not having to deal with the shot blocker up high.
Innocente from Ivory Coast is not a great free throw shooter, but he rips that one. That is his first point. Averages just under 6 a game. He's kind of still limping around after hitting the deck. Gonzaga with a 2-point lead. They had one earlier at 2-0 to start the ball game, and haven't had a 2-point lead again until now. And now you can make it 3. 30-27. And he's probably done for the first half as he's still trying to walk off a little bit of pain from that landing. All right, the Owls down 3 for the first time in the ball game. R.J. Johnson, the kick out, three-pointer in the roof, off the mark, and Grant Foster with a rebound for Gonzaga. And this is an important last half minute. In one case, Gonzaga would like to extend their lead. Kennesaw State doesn't want to let them get any farther in front than they already are. About a 6-second difference. Shot clock, game clock. Here's a wide open look for Fogle. Got it. Big shot by the freshman. Johnson off the mark just before the buzzer. He thought he was fouled and didn't get the call.
This is an elite X's and O draw by Mark Few. Gets Fogle, his best three-point shooter, one of his best three-point shooters, wide open off the horn set. Really impressive that they have a 6-point lead going into the half after the way they played.
We're not quite sure it's halftime either, as the officials are saying stay right there, because they thought the ball might have gone out of bounds before the lights went off on the shot clock and the game clock. And so, well, the Owls have all hit the nest. They're all gone up the tunnel. But they're going to have to bring them back, I think.
Yeah, Coach Petway's trying to get them back. Here we'll see a replay on the call. Well, does it hit the... No.
No, it didn't hit anything.
Still time. Touch there. Yeah, maybe... I don't know if it was saved in bounds.
And so Kennesaw State's coming back out of the tunnel.
Yeah, there's still time left on the clock.
See what they're going to put back.
Yep,
point three. 10-0 run by Gonzaga here at the end of the half. So the Owls have everybody back on the court finally. Mark Few is thinking, I don't know if that point three is going to matter, but there you go. Well, now it's halftime. 33-27. Gonzaga trailed by 7 at one point in this game. Jared?
Jalen Worley, what was the difference in the finish to the half than the start?
I just think our energy. We really got on the glass, really tried to push in transition. We're one of the best transition teams in the country, so when we get out and run, good things happen.
You told me you came to Gonzaga for games like this. Yep. How do you finish it and get the win?
Just keep executing down the stretch. They're a really good team, but we got to keep stacking good possessions, getting stopped, and then rely on our offense to win the game for us.
Appreciate your time. Good luck in the second half, fellas.
Yeah, they kept stacking possessions in that final 10-0 run to have the lead at the break. Halftime score, Gonzaga 33, Kennesaw State 27. We'll send you to AT&T at the half after these messages. You're watching the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. Last half of basketball for the day here from Portland, and we'll see if the 3 seed can hold off the 14th seed Owls of Kennesaw State in this final 20 minutes. Amir Taylor, who had a couple early fouls, that didn't help the Owls' chances either. He's back in the lineup to start the second half.
Yeah, he's going to have to get going. He's an inside-out threat. He can knock down some threes. He can create some offense.
And thought he was going to create some right there. It was halfway down, came back out. St. Pierre at the point. For the Zags. Cross-court pass. Running jumper, mid-range jumper, and it goes for Adam Miller. That's his first basket. So it's a 12-0 run. Johnson, that is a tough shot. Doesn't go, but he's going to get to the free throw line.
R.J. Johnson just backing down a good defender, and Adam Miller. I thought he was fortunate to get that call. It looked like Adam Miller just went straight up. I don't know if there was any contact up high. He's looking at the official. Adam Miller is like, seriously?
R.J. Johnson, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. That hasn't been his greatest asset of his game, but tonight, perfect so far. R.J. to go to double figures. Got them both. He's got 10. Lob underneath. That's going to be deflected and picked off by the Owls. 6th turnover of the ball game for the Zags. Knocked away from behind by Adam Miller.
Yeah, right now Kennesaw, they need to figure out a way to get some buckets, like stack some good, solid possessions. I think R.J. Johnson, Amir Taylor, pick and roll, put your 2 best offensive players in action and make Gonzaga stop it.
That 3 rims out. Rebound off the Innocente. And now Worley on the other end. 2 and Innocente underneath.
Outstanding cut. These defensive-minded players on the Zags finding ways to slash and get some buckets to go.
And there's what you were talking about, getting Amir Taylor involved offensively.
Yeah, he's a guy that's a tough matchup. He can knock down some threes at a high percentage, and he can create some offense as a big.
Ike going strong to the rack. Chance for a 3-point play for Graham Ike.
Little flow for the Gonzaga Bulldogs coming out of this game. I think at halftime, Mark Few saw some stuff that he could exploit to spread this game out a little bit and spread this team out a little bit. In the first half, it just looked congested for the Zags offensively. They couldn't find any space to operate. And in this second half, they've run high pick and roll, and they've kind of baited the Kennesaw State defense to come out of their comfort zone. And as a result, there are more lanes to attack. Ike completes the 3-point play, and Gonzaga has extended the lead to 9.
That's the second old-fashioned 3-point play for Graham Ike in this ball game. 12 points for the game. 9-point leads, the biggest by either team. Johnson trying to change that. The 3-pointer won't go. St. Superior on the rebound. On the outlet to Miller on the run. Miller, Ike flies in, and he hits the deck hard, but will go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, the Zags are a good transition team. They get missed, they get stops, they look to get long outlet passes. That's the key. Get that outlet pass out early and far out. That extends your fast break and gets it going quickly. And Graham Ike knows how to score. I mean, I remember as a scorer, to get to 20 points, you figure you score on your opponent, you know, guys guarding you about 10 points, bucket there by Ike, get to the free throw line for a couple, and you're on your way to 20.
It's round 1, but you've been putting in the work for your team all season. You can celebrate making it to the tournament with a nice cold Coca-Cola. This guy's 2,544 career points. And got both free throws.
Yeah, he's the active Division I leader in all of Division I. He has gotten it done for a long time. A couple different schools.
Wyoming before
right.
Gonzaga. And now they've stretched it out, double-digit lead for the first time in the ball game. Kennesaw State, like Wally says, gotta find a way to get some offense. Miller, or rather Taylor, missed inside. St. Superior waited for the defense to go by, tried a 3 from the baseline. Long rebound comes out to Adam Miller. And now Ike drop step to the baseline. Had it knocked away, got his hands back on it, thought about a 3. St. Superior, tough shot in the paint. And the rebound finally secured by Franquan Sherman. And he's fouled by Worley. Second against Worley. Johnson looking for some movement. Double team basically with EK out there helping on him. There's the up and under. A nice move by Amir Taylor. He's got 4.5, 8 for the game. Had the early foul trouble. That didn't help his first half at all. Playing a little more freely in the second half. EK trying to lob, and that's a nice job defensively. Trey Simpson got the first hand on it, and it's a turnover for the Zags. Seven on the shot clock. And stepping on the baseline, Kennesaw State turns it back over. 9-point lead for Gonzaga. 15:40 to play. Watch whip around coverage of all the men's games with Fast Break presented by AT&T and the March Madness Live app. Wally Zerbiak, this has been a rock fight.
It sure has. Physical play. Look at all this contact. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Both these teams going after it. Loose balls. You better get on the floor if you want to get those loose balls. Guys are getting up after these mosh mangles, grabbing their legs, grabbing their arms.
That guy's been busy too.
Yes, he has. He's been cleaning the floor. And the Zags have finally found a little bit of offensive rhythm, although not on that possession.
Nice steal by Kennesaw State, and the basket is good by Braden Liu, his first, and a chance to make it a three-point play.
That's a big bucket. Any points that Kennesaw State could steal off their defense is huge, because offensively they're really struggling. Gonzaga is building a wall. They don't have to really defend the three-point line because Kennesaw is 2 for 12 from 3, so they're packing their defense in, and there's no room to operate for Kennesaw State.
And Liu, who missed a free throw in the first half, missed that chance for a three-point play there. He did cut the lead back down to 7. It was 11 at one point. That bounce pass intended for EK. Finally did find the handle and goes up strong, but missed the shot. And Amir Taylor with a rebound. R.J. Johnson wants to go to the hole, takes everybody with him and draws a foul. He was determined that nobody was going to stop that wide body.
No, and he completely just dislodged Graham Ike and moved him out of his way. Look at this contact. Graham Ike goes flying into the first row and had to reach in there because of the strength of R.J. Johnson. Not too many people can make Graham Ike move that far with a little bit of basketball contact.
Ike picks up the third foul too. Johnson got the free throw. We're talking about Antoine Quekwe, but I said, you know, R.J. Johnson looks like he should be playing for the Owls football team, not for you guys. He said, yeah, when I recruited him, I said, you know what, you got to lose a little bit of weight. And he did, and he's still a load. With that body, I think he should be playing linebacker for the Kennesaw State Owls, who won their conference championship. Grant Foster trying to get rid of it. And they work it around the perimeter to Perry. Ike asking for the ball on the inside, and he's banging around in there with Braden Liu. That three-pointer won't go. The rebound comes off to Ricard, who had the big first half off the bench with 10, including the only 2 threes they've made. He goes right back to work here in the second half. 42-38, Gonzaga. That is a tough shot off the window. Doesn't go, and the rebound is loose. Here comes Kennesaw State with a little mini run of their own. Johnson gives it up. Free throw jumper rims out. Loose ball, still picked up by Kennesaw State. Superi tried to tip it out to his teammates, and they got picked off. Ricard, tough spin move in the lane. And the ball out to the Zags.
Yeah, look at all this contact, legal contact too. Superi does a good job of walling up, not committing a foul, but it is just a mangle fest out here.
And Ricard's the guy that picked up the foul, shoving him out of bounds. Gonzaga looking for a field goal. It's been a while. Vogel, the guy that hit the big three before the halftime buzzer, can't connect inside. Another rebound by Amir Taylor. Can the Owls cut it to 2 or even deeper? Let's see. They give it up instead. Costly turnover. And a foul before the shot.
Really good pass. St. Superi. That's an elite bounce pass, leading his teammate to the basket. Getting it by all those relentless defenders of Kennesaw State. You mentioned transition is a big-time strength for the Zags. When they get stops and rebounds, they look to push.
Grant Foster at the free throw line. He hit his first 2 in the first half and brings that one. Don't miss all new episode of The Impractical Jokers next after NCAA coverage, only on TBS.
And I like the way Coach Petway has made a few adjustments defensively. He's changed up his defense a little bit, giving Gonzaga a little bit of a different look. It's helped them get a couple half-court stops. And then offensively, they just continue to attack the basket.
Off balance baseline shot, no good. Grant Foster with that free throw, by the way. It ended a 7-0 Kennesaw State run. EK. That one just kind of hung on the side of the rim. And Amir Taylor been a rebounding machine here in the second half. R.J. Johnson pull up for 3. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line for 3.
Ooh, that's a big call right there. Huge. Because Gonzaga has been really good at defending that three-point line. And that's a tough shot. That had no chance to go in. Tyon Grant Foster gets out into the landing space of R.J. Johnson.
Got him on the right hand.
Yeah, after the release, though.
So R.J. goes to the line. He's 5 out of 6 from the stripe. He's got 3 coming here. 12 points on the game, averaging 14.5 to lead Kennesaw State in scoring. And this their only second NCAA tournament appearance. Second one off the mark. And the Owls go to their bench again. Bring in 3 new bodies. Or 3 fresh ones, I should say. Talked the second one in. Got 2 out of 3. And cuts the lead to 3. Inocente drawing a crowd. 3-pointer no good. And out of bounds to Kennesaw State.
Yeah, they've changed to a 1-3-1 kind of extended trapping defense, and it's confused the Zags a little bit. And I think they did it because the Zags were having success in pick and roll. So by changing defenses, the Zags have had to settle for some contested outside jump shots, which they want to try to attack and pick and roll at times.
Biggest lead, Gonzaga was up 11. That's dwindled down to 3. Johnson working in against the big guys. EK blocked it. He got it back. And Sherman pushes one up, struggles it in, and it's down to a 1-point Zags lead. On the way and good. Big one by Inocente.
That's a huge shot. And you could see the relief on Inocente's face when that went in the basket, because this Kennesaw State team is speeding up Gonzaga on the offensive end of the floor, changing defenses on them. At some point, you got to bust that zone by hitting a jumper.
Loose ball in the middle. Grant Foster taking it the distance and score it. Just when the Owls got close, Gonzaga had the answer the last two trips. And we're going to take a timeout. Antoine Petway is to talk it over with 10:37 to play in the ball game.
Turnovers lead to transition, partner. And that's one of the best Zags offense today, because in the half court it's tough. They got a 6-point lead because of their transition buckets.
Our game summary after missing 10 field goals in a row. The last two that Gonzaga made has given them a 6-point lead. Only 3 assists for Kennesaw State in the game, and R.J. Johnson's got all 3 of them. That's not good.
No. I mean, they just look to put their head down, go one-on-one.
In the paint, tough shot, and the ball up and on the top of the backboard is going to be Gonzaga ball. We're going to take a break with the Zags. Graham Ike up by 6. Some of Gene's Territories friends with us here in Portland. It's time to start your engines, because TNT Sports is back as your home for NASCAR this summer. Tune in beginning June 28th on TNT and stream on HBO Max. Some of the fans think that officials probably should use binoculars occasionally when they make the calls. Jared?
How far away are they sitting that they need those? So Gonzaga has been playing without their second leading scorer, Braden Huff, since January 14th after suffering a knee injury. Huff has recently started jogging and shooting, but as Mark Few pointed out to us, guys, that's a long way away as Fogel throws it down on the alley-oop. It's a long way away from Huff cutting, jumping, and being able to get into a defensive stance. Huff will not play this weekend. However, Coach Few said he is trying like crazy to get back. Guys, to put in context what this offense is missing without him, when Huff got hurt, he led the nation in total field goals made.
Yeah, he was averaging 17.8 a game and 5.5 rebounds, but has played only 18 games. We hope he can come back. Of course, they need to advance to give him a chance. Here's the 3 that rims out for Fogel. He got it back and had it stuffed on him. And still they keep possession. And Ike is fouled.
Yeah, Mark Few out of the timeout saw something against the zone. 1-3-1 attacking on the baselines, and there's Fogel flying through the sky with the big finish. There's Huff supporting his teammates. It's got to be tough to watch this one. They were a really good offensive team. He was their leading scorer. They've had to restructure the way they play because of not having him on the team. Work around Ike and get more defensive minded.
Even without him, they got a 6-point lead here with 9.5 to go in the ball game. 4 to shoot. Gonna have to hurry. Sapiri got a 3.
That helps a lot. Huge shot right there, Sapiri. That's exactly what Kennesaw State needs to do.
And they didn't get that one from the baseline. Fogel clears the glass. And they have a foul on the inside.
Fighting the shot clock. Great recognition by Sapiri. He gets that one up. Gets a little bit of air under it. And elation for the bench. Shots have not been easy to come by.
You're not kidding.
3 for 15 from the three-point line is Gonzaga on the game, and 2 for 13 is Kennesaw State from the three-point line. So
and both of those came off the bench from Ricard.
Yep.
That one's off the mark, too strong. They keep it alive. 7 on the shot clock. That one didn't hit anything on the three-pointer. Worley tips it back. They're going to get another chance. Vogel on the drive. Will fade in the lane and got it.
Really good minutes off the bench from Fogel. That alley-oop can kind of spark a scorer and a shooter. And that was a strong take to handle that physicality. Pull up despite a lot of contact on that drive.
Vogel 10 off the bench and has given Gonzaga another double-digit lead until that lob underneath and the score by Amir Taylor. And Taylor's got 10. 55-46. We're approaching the 8-minute mark.
And I'm surprised Kennesaw State is staying in this 1-3-1 zone because Gonzaga's made some adjustments and they've tried to figure out how to attack it.
Vogel again got free on the dish inside and the flush.
That's the place to attack it. Attack it on the baselines. The 1-3-1 is strong in the middle of the court, but if it has a weakness, it's on those extended baselines, and that's where Vogel's gotten his 2 dunks.
The Owls need some offense, and instead they end up with a turnover. Worley with the steal and going in for the dunk, and he's fouled, and R.J. Johnson goes, what could I do? I had to foul him with 7:32 to go.
Yes, Superi knows exactly what he's doing, finding his teammate. The nasty flush. Vogel can knock down the 3 and finish with authority. Zach's getting some breathing room.
I'm Jamie Erdahl, back on New York with a Wendy's Game Break. Let's see some fresh action. A-10, have a day. VCU beat North Carolina earlier, and now St. Louis is cruising over Georgia. They already broke 100. Naturally, Ness and Wally, I have to show you a Robbie Avila 3. Is that more Milk Chamberlain or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? What do you think? You know this guy's nicknames.
Well, those 2 winners in the Midwest, both over 100. And Jalen Worley going to the free throw line, hit the deck hard, and he's had enough injury problems, Jared, right?
No question. He has battled through a quad injury that he suffered a couple weeks back. And guys, he said he's now at 90-95%. He's gone through ice, compression, cupping, dry needling, and hyperbaric chamber. But the key was right before the conference tournament, he had a procedure done where he had blood and fluid drained from that left quad, which has gotten him to where he is now, where he's playing. But after that hard fall on the foul, the trainer beelined to him, and Worley said, no, I'm good. You can walk away.
He was good on the free throw line, too, and he's given his team the biggest lead they've had, up 13. And this is danger zone time for the Owls right now if they don't find some offense and get some stops on the other end. R.J. Johnson got to hurry, 4 to shoot, hit the front of the iron, and it comes off on the rebound to Gonzaga. Vogel had a big second half. That time he lost it.
Kennesaw has to score in transition. They have to attack before the defense is set. They throw it away right there. It's a big turnover because when it becomes a half-court game, they only have 4 assists on 17 field goals. Gonzaga just sits in the paint and waits for him to just drive right at him. That was an opportunity to steal 2 points there, but the pass went errand up high.
Under 7 to go, and it's a 13-point ball game. Inside, nice dish into Ike, and he's going to go to the free throw line and try to earn it there.
Yeah, that was a good entry pass by Inocente. He read that the defense was playing on the high side, a little high-low action here. And there's Taylor up on the high side, so Ike seals him. And then if Ike goes straight up with that, when you know there are shot blockers in the area, use the pump fake. If he goes straight up, shot blocker can time that shot and block the shot. But the fact that he used this pump fake is why he got himself to the line.
That's his first missed free throw. He's had 27 career games with 20-plus points and 10 or more rebounds. And today you saw his numbers. Hasn't hit the double-figure mark in rebounds yet, but he got a second free throw. And whistle and a foul. Throwing the ball out to Kennesaw State. R.J. Johnson will inbound. Looking for a pick and roll with Amir Taylor, and it's Johnson will try to do it himself and does. That's his first field goal in the second half. 15 points for R.J. Johnson, right about his average. But they need a lot more of that in the final 6 minutes, or they're going to finish their season after a super season and a Conference USA championship. EK in the paint, got two guys up, got the shot away, but the rebound snatched down by Taylor. Nice feed by Johnson, and Taylor has 8 in the half, 12 for the game.
I don't know if twos are going to be enough. I think Kennesaw State's going to have to make a couple threes to eat into this 10-point lead.
After all the games are over, Adam Lefkoe, Bruce Pearl, Jalen Rose, and Seth Davis will have all the highlights and analysis on Inside March Madness, presented by Lilly. That's later tonight, only on True TV. We'll be watching you fellas when we get back to the hotel. Harris goes out. Franquan Sherman comes back in, and back to the free throw line, Graham Ike. 4 out of 5 from the stripe. Looking for his 16th point, and there it is. Came in averaging just under 20. #1 scorer in the WCC. And the #2 rebounder.
And this is the last year of the WCC. It's been a historic run for the Gonzaga Bulldogs in that league. They've dominated it for a lot of years. It's going to be a new era starting next year.
Here's an open three. Can they knock it down? No. Kept alive with some hustle, though. And inside is Amir Taylor. Chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, Amir Taylor's a freshman. He can score. He's from Pittsburgh. He had some other offers in the SEC, Georgia, and some other schools, but felt loyal to Antoine Petway. He waited his opportunity with some of the injuries. He's really exploded on the scene the second half of the year. You can see the talent is there.
Tell you something that is kind of strange. Kennesaw State doesn't have a single senior or a transfer on their team. I mean, you don't see that anymore. Caps off the three-point play. Yeah, they're keeping it in single digits at least with 5 minutes to go. 62-53. Zags in front. Seven on the shot clock. St. Superior, let's see if he's going to put it up himself. He will. Long three. Fogel underneath. Draws a foul.
Yeah, Fogel doing a good job of getting in there. There's three. There's the pump fake. That's exactly what I bet the coaching staff on the Zags has told them. This is an elite shot blocking team, 5.3 on the year per game, 12th in the nation. So when you have shot blockers, use that pump fake, get them up in the air, and get yourself to the free throw line.
Where he didn't get the free throw. Washington native, 6'7" freshman. Second one's good. 13 for Davis Fogel. There's a foul situation. Worley with 4. Kennesaw State, Lou has 4. Extra step. Not what Kennesaw State needed, was another turnover.
Yeah, Antoine Petway just shakes his head. And this is a decent little area for Braden Lou to operate, to try to go one-on-one and score, but he just hasn't been able to generate any good look at the basket.
Got his feet tangled up with Worley, and thus the traveling call. Graham Ike directing traffic out on the top of the key. And Superior goes all the way to the rack, and the foul by Worley is good. And he's in double figures with 10. The lead back to a dozen as we've worked our way under the 4-minute mark. Finally a three from somebody else as Flagrant Sherman knocks it down.
Yeah, that's a big shot. That's a good job of running offense. That's what Kennesaw needs to do. Get the defense moving, make a play for yourself, and get your teammate open. And they need threes quick and a lot of them.
9-point lead for the Zags. Just under 4 minutes to go. And this guy coming off the bench has been big.
He has been huge. And the Zags were struggling to score in the first half. And they put Fogel in, made a couple big plays, and then in the second half, he's been really good. Got a couple electric finishes, the lob there, and the slash there for the dunk. He's played meaningful minutes. The freshman in this physical game has not shied away from the contact, and he has been key for Mark Few and his squad in this second half, because points are tough to come by, good looks are tough to come by against this Kennesaw State defense. I think the Zags have done a better job of moving the defense in this second half from side to side, which has shown them some driving lanes.
Most of that bench point scoring came from Davis Fogel with 13. Right now it's Graham Ike with 17 to lead the way. Jalen Worley's had a good game too. 10 points, 10 rebounds for a double-double for Mark Few. Lob underneath. The guy we're just talking about going right back to work on the lob. He's got some hops and he's getting some good passes.
He sure is. And Mark Few noticed an issue with the defense and he's exploited it.
That's how you win 771 games, right?
I think he's really a great coach. The in-game adjustments that he's had to make is outstanding. And against that zone, every time he goes into Kennesaw State goes into the 1-3-1 zone, he runs that same play. And I remember all the great coaches I played for, Flip Saunders, you name it, Doc Rivers. When the play works, you keep running it until the other team stops it. And that's exactly what the Zags and Mark Few are doing.
67-57. Caden Ricard has 14 points off the Kennesaw State bench. They've got two guys with 15, Ricard with 14, but not much else from anybody. For Ricard, that is a career high so far off the bench for Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State, remember, led by as many as 7 in the first half. If you're just joining us, offensive foul on Ike. Kennesaw State led 12-5 early in the ball game. And then Gonzaga went on a 10-0 run right at the end of the first half to lead at the break 33-27. They've stretched it out to as many as 13 in this second half. And there's the elbow, and that one definitely connected Flagrant Sherman. So the officials taking a look at this. Official review.
Ooh, that is no fun to be on the receiving end of that elbow. The swim move by Graham Ike. He saw the double team coming. He was trying to split it, but Sherman walked right into that one.
We've seen a few tonight that were a little bit of acting. That one is a major connection.
Yeah, that's the right call on offensive foul, and this could be upgraded.
Gene Steratore has had a long day. He's still with us here as we have the last ball game of the night. Gino, what do you see there?
Yeah, still with you. Look, when you're looking at severity, excessive, those types of descriptions, they kind of meet and land in this one. I would not be surprised if they elevate this to an F1 when you see that motion there, the arm up and kind of delivering that blow pretty hard. Excessive is a pretty good definition on that. I would not be surprised if they elevate that to flagrant 1.
And our officials taking a look at it. I think they've made their decision, I think.
And he kind of stepped into it, and he saw the defender coming. And as a result, as he stepped through, he made the contact with the arm. He did have the ball, but that was a pretty violent contact there.
Especially if you're Flagrant Sherman, who's still rubbing his eyes and checking to make sure he's got all his teeth. Here's a call.
Following review, the offensive foul on Gonzaga number 15 has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 penalty foul. Kennesaw State number 6 will shoot 2 free throws, and Kennesaw will receive the ball on the baseline with 30 seconds on the shot clock.
So an opportunity here with 3:06 to go. If they hit the free throws at 67-60, if they get anything off the possession after that, we're talking about this thing tightening up again.
Yeah, and the official just came over to me and he said, flagrant one, above the shoulder, head contact, and you could kind of see that Graham Ike, could calculate where his elbow was, and he saw exactly what he was doing.
And you saw Mark Few talking to the official going, what about the cylinder thing? He's got to have a little bit of room to move, right? Well, he loses that battle. Meanwhile, Sherman's free throw, the first one is good. Antoine Petway's not giving up. Doesn't want his Owls to give up either. Got both free throws. Now it's possession time. 67-60. The 13-point lead's been cut down to 7.
And Graham Ike went over to Sherman and shook his hand and said, my bad, didn't mean anything by it. That's good sportsmanship by Graham Ike on that play. But that's a huge call, because this is an opportunity for Kennesaw State if they can get some kind of breakdown in this defense.
Trey Simpson, and that is a blocking foul. Okay, I thought maybe that was going to be an offensive foul. And now the fans for the Zags are showing their displeasure, and so is Coach Few.
Yeah, Petway's making the flop symbol, the first one. He didn't extend the elbow. That's the key. If you don't extend the arm, this has been a physical game. I'm okay with that call. If you push off with the elbow and the arm, then it's an offensive foul. But the first one was a mini flop. The second one was all flop.
And the free throw comes out. Jared.
Guys, Coach Petway just looked at his bench, clapped his hands, and said repeatedly, guys, we are going to win this game.
This free throw can cut it to a 2-possession game, and it does. So they got, out of that flagrant one, they got 3 points total. And they'll take it. Down only by 6 now. Worley, the kick out. Fogle. Thought he was going to drive on the inside. He's been big in the second half off the bench. Freshman's going up with it. Gutsy shot. Missed it, and Simpson with a rebound.
Good job changing defenses by Coach Petway, getting out of that zone.
And another foul on St. Superior.
That's exactly what they do. That's a foul. You got to move your feet, beat them to the spot. If you want to complain, then take a charge. But St. Superior didn't beat him to the spot, and you know that Kennesaw State is going to attack. That's all they do. They put their head down and try to draw fouls.
10-team fouls, so it's a bonus, double bonus, but Braden Liu has missed all 3 of his free throws so far tonight. Trying to cut it to 5, and does. 67-62 with just over 2 to go. Worley in the lane, hangs, doesn't get the shot. Rebound comes off to Kennesaw State, but they threw it away. And Worley off the window.
That's a huge play. And now Kennesaw State has to start looking at possibly exploiting the 3-point line.
Something they haven't been able to do so far tonight. But the offensive rebound gives them a chance, and a foul.
This was a very fortunate play for Gonzaga. They missed that layup, and the rebound was collected by Kennesaw State, but then they lost it, and Worley on the spot gets that easy 2, and points are not easy to come by, and this was a wide open layup. Where was the foul on that one? He just missed the wide open layup.
Well, it was the 5th foul.
He is not happy. St. Superior has gotten called for 3 fouls in the last 3 minutes.
You can say that in English or Spanish. I know what he just said about that one. He leads with 7 points. And now Franquan Sherman getting ready to go to the free throw line.
The officials got to get control of this game.
I'm not sure what the holdup is, but 2 shots coming for Franquan Sherman, the junior out of Lincoln, Georgia. 73% on the year. 3 for 3 tonight. Antoine Petway with a sales pitch over there on the sideline as well. Got them both.
And now where the Zags going to go for offense, they have to get the ball into Graham Ike's hands. It's not easy when the defense is ratcheted up. Mark Few's going to draw and diagram something. You lost your point guard. So what are they going to come up with? This game is getting hairy down the stretch. 5-point game.
Let's check in with Jared on the Kennesaw State bench.
Guys, Coach Petway is heated because Kennesaw State is convinced that last foul should have been charged to Graham Ike, which would have been his 5th and final foul, not Sansuperi. So they cannot look at it, and that is what has Coach Petway all up in arms here.
That's a great point, because you saw the swipe down from Graham Ike. I didn't see that on the initial replay. Superi just got his hands out of the way and was backing up. Got to get the ball into Graham Ike's hands here.
He's trying to post up on the inside against Taylor. Haven't gotten to him yet. Now Worley in the paint. Kick out to Fogel. 10 on the shot clock. 1:24 on the game clock. Now they finally got it to him, and he scores.
Amir Taylor lost his shoe while he was battling in the post with Graham Ike. And Graham Ike is hot. He's telling his teammates, get me the ball. Took a while, but they finally did. And Graham Ike delivers big time.
7-point game as we approach 1 minute. R.J. Johnson.
Need a 3 here. At some point, 2s aren't going to get you to win this basketball game. You got to get a 3.
Somebody better take one pretty soon. Here it comes. And it's off the mark, and the rebound's off to the Zags. And they've got a 7-point cushion. And we're working our way down to the half-minute mark. Trying to play defense without fouling.
Got a foul, though, or else they will run out this clock. Got a foul.
And finally they make a run at Worley, but they don't get to him in time. And now Fogel's got his hands on it, and they finally foul him. And that's going to do it for R.J. Johnson.
That was 20 seconds that went off the clock that should not have went off the clock. R.J. Johnson is limping. He has laid his heart out on the line for this squad here.
Has he ever?
Yep. I understand if you're Kennesaw State, you need to try to get a steal first, but only 5, maybe 10 seconds. That was way too long to not get to the foul to try to give yourself a chance to get back in this ball game.
He's in a lot of pain out of there on the Kennesaw State sideline. Davis Fogel, a freshman. Man, has he been big, especially in the second half. 17 points off the Gonzaga bench. He's going to be one of the stars of this win. The only guy that can hit some threes is that guy, and Ricard missed it. And now a rejection underneath by Grant Foster. And Gonzaga is going to advance to round 2. This will be their 31st win. It wasn't the prettiest one, but they will take it. Mark Few's Bulldogs of Gonzaga, a winner, 73-64. We'll be back to wrap it up. So Gonzaga advances the 3 seed over the number 14 seeded Owls of Kennesaw State, 73-64. They go on Saturday to meet the Longhorns of Texas. Win number 772 for Mark Few, and another NCAA win, and he's with Jared.
Well, Coach, watching this, it felt like a street fight. What did it feel like to you?
I mean, it was a really physical game. You know, we had scouted Kennesaw. We knew they were really tough-minded kids that do a great job of attacking you in the paint on offense, but also are really, really physical on the other end. So this is kind of what we've been doing all year after Braden Huff went down. Our defense became our identity, and that's what won it for us tonight.
Yeah, how do you persevere through these tough shooting nights?
You just keep playing defense, and I think, I haven't looked, but I think we kind of solved the rebounding thing. That was really killing us early. But literally, this team kind of morphed into a defensive team again with Braden being out, and they've really bought into it. We've won most of our games with our defense.
Now you got a hot Texas team up next.
Very, very hot. Sean's done a great job with them. You know, they're one of those first 4 teams that's on a roll. So we got to put this away, get back to the hotel, start watching some Texas, and we're excited to keep playing in March. It's the greatest thing ever.
Maybe get some hot tea for the boys.
Yeah, my voice is toast. It's toast.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you so much. We'll see you Saturday. 17 consecutive opening round wins for the Zags.
Jared took the words out of my mouth. Get back some honey and some tea, Coach. His 45th NCAA win. It is a 73-64 victory over Kennesaw State. For Wally Zerbiak, Jared Greenberg, Gene Steratore, and the rest of our crew, Brad Nessler saying so long from Portland. Reminder, coming up over on True TV, Inside March Madness, presented by Lilly, and all the highlights and analysis of a 16-game day. Good night, everybody from Portland.